Welcome back to the trading game PM session. So took a little break and had a nice dump here. Looking really good now. Really good. Either way, really. I mean, lots of liquidity down here too. So just got to kind of see how it plays out. I'd be comfortable going either way once I look at the hour as my friendly guide. Alright, so this high created that low, broke that high. So this was the high. I'd almost count that as a breaking structure on the hour, honestly. Feels really bearish. I see you typing, Ms. Hopefully my voice is still coming out okay. Yes, okay, good. I hate that when, because I don't know Discord that well to just be able to go jump in there and fix what's wrong. I can't believe the audio wouldn't play back through my microphone. That's spooky that they're able to cut it that quick. Um, but I'll find a way around that. But all right, anybody new? I'm expecting a couple new people that you may recognize when you see them. But don't make a big deal about it. All right, so off the hour, could be a turn. Everything's kind of wide open right now. All this liquidity swept. I mean, man. And I heard there's issues with the government shutdown looming over us, and I think we need to take that into consideration. There is some concern about that. It's not really showing in the VIX, so that's good. But the words are, going round and round, and all it takes is for somebody to say one thing in a position of power, and it could tank the market, because we never had that kind of government shutdown where they just said, screw it, we can't pay our bills anymore, nothing gets paid, and then both sides starts fighting about all the damage, and it's hard on the economy. So it brings in a lot of uncertainty. Is my money safe in the banks? Is my 401k all right? All of that. So that's something that's over and above just the normal news that I might consider until this gets resolved. It should be resolved soon, but I'm going to be more aware that I have my stop where it needs to be, and it is not just a a mental stop. I don't want to get caught with my pants down. And the odds are slim, but this is all about odds and inches, and that could be the inch that that cost me the game. You're right. They still get paid no matter what. But they're going to tell you, here's what happens. They tell you that they're not going to pay Congress. Don't get me started. And I'm not going to talk about one side specifically, but here's what they tell Congress. Or here's what Congress tells us. We're not getting our paychecks. We're here working for you. Their checks are getting backdated. They don't ever not get money when there's not the funds, right? That's like, to them, that's the First Amendment. We get our money. So it's frustrating. Because at the time, they're going to tell you how they're eating beans and weenies while the other side is holding up the whole thing or whatever. And we're supposed to feel sorry for them. Go look at some of their houses. Find out how you do that on 200 grand a year or 100 grand a year. Go to Martha's Vineyard, somewhere like that. I can't even get on the property there. I would be ushered out immediately. Yep, tons of crooks on both sides. I don't take a side. Both sides have, crap. Okay, so interesting area, right? This would have been maybe an OTE entry setup somewhere. Definitely a good 50% and a tap on the fair value gaps. Nice trade right here. 10 points. More than 10 points. Easy trade too. 5-minute fair value gap. Probably broke structure right here. Look at that. Before I even got there. Fair value gap, broke structure. Are we
Can
ready
you point
for?
out the breaker structure again?
I can't hear you. Hello? Say that again. Somebody said something. All right. Well, um, yeah. That to me, that's still a breaking structure way down here. You know, it's a good solid structure to break, and if you can do it with energy, uh, and you have this below you, right? This is kind of where we would expect the price to turn around. We'd be trailing real tight through here because we would expect this, and then we would expect that. I mean, this stuff just plays out like money. I don't care what anybody says. This is so easy to just look at, you know, sitting down for 5 minutes and saying this is probably what should have happened. After that, this would have happened, and then you'd expect to see this. It's precision. It's point on. There's nothing out there that you can just sit down and look at your points like that I've seen, and just frame out 3 or 4 trades based on a few simple criteria, and there's 20 points in there on pretty much a naked chart. You know, other than
Can
marking
you
out.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you that time. Oh,
Can you point out the you said 5 minute breaker structure, but I wasn't looking. Can you point that out real quick? I know you're still around there.
yeah. So it's right here. It closed below structure. So if I get the body closed, especially with energy like that leaves this big fair value gap, I'm taking it. Might add to it. You know, it's a huge potential. You could have got from 27. Could have got a good scalp there if you were looking for three. You know, three break even or a partial at three or something. And then when it came back up and dropped here, that's where your money was. You would have had this easy stop loss from 27. I could have stopped up here somewhere, uh, and I might have used my full five because I wanted to get up here. You know, I'd have probably taken the entry here. Might have missed it. I don't know. It's a big fair value gap, but because it's a lot of energy, I don't expect it to go very much up farther before it comes back down. If it was slower candles, smaller candles, and a fair value gap like this, then I might expect it to, you know, work its way back up. But the down energy right here is the first fair value gap entry for sure, in my opinion. I'm a little more, I don't know, I'm not going to say I'm aggressive. I pass on a lot of trades, I do. But the ones that are good, because I pass and because I'm waiting for just this and my confidence is so high on it, that's maybe why I'd be a little more aggressive on it. The trailing threshold on your account. Are you using Apex? You'll want to do your little gear icon. Okay, so you'll have some, pull accounts down from here, drag accounts down and turn it into a widget, and then go up and edit it. Select columns. This is what you want on the right side over here. I mean, and I put it in that order. You can get the most screen, get your most screen back. So set it like that, and then here you've got those 4 columns. It tells you what your total P&L is, and your distance to drawdown, your current day, and your present amount if you're in a trade. This is the one that'll be moving back and forth. I lost 15 bucks testing something when I opened this other platform up, and then, or when I went to the other version of the platform, and this is how much you got to work with right here. So as I'm trading, this is moving, that's moving, and well, they're actually all moving, but this is the one I don't want to hit zero. No, drawdown is intraday realized profit, so it's a little more challenging, but it makes you a better trader in my opinion. If you're more of a day trader trying to get profit, tight stop, all that, you're going to be forced to trade a little bit differently. So the difference is at the end of the day, for some of them, however much you lost against your drawdown, that would come off of your, if you went negative $200 that day, you'd have $200 negative against your drawdown. Does that make sense? Right? That's regular drawdown, end of day. At the end of the day, if you started with 2,500 and you're at 2,000, then you lost $500 of drawdown. With the Apex version, when I go into profit $500 and it starts coming back against me, everything that comes back against me is loss against my drawdown. So if I let it go up $500 and come back to break even, this number goes down $500, even though I didn't lose a dime. Okay? So
Okay,
imagine
say that again.
if you take a long here and you let it go up and you make $500 and then it comes back against you,
Right.
you lost $500 against your drawdown, even though you broke even on the P&L. And
Wow.
this is the number that will take you out of your accounts. So you have to be careful how far you let something go. That's added steps and pressure when trading, because I'm not just looking if it goes up and comes down, I don't lose anything. You know, if it goes up, up to here, you guys got nothing to worry about. You can be in money here, but from here to here, I lost money on my account and it's against me. So it's not just losing the trade, it's like hyper tight management to make this work. Yes, exactly, Neil. I could have made $10,000. I could be going up 1,000 and coming back 500 and capturing this 500, but I'm losing the money from here to here also. So if it went way up to 1,000 and came back to 500 and I took a $500 profit, I lost $500 actually on money and $1,000 on drawdown. Yeah, bro, but they give you 20 accounts. I can do more with this. If I figure this out, it's the ticket for me. I mean, I can't trade an account. The kind of money I want to make and the difference and the freedom I want, I can't do it with one account. There's no way to do it. It'd take too long. And you'll understand when you hear my talk next Friday, you know, the position I'm in and what I'm trying to do. This is it. This is my one shot. So I will accept that risk and that difficulty level and just beat it. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
I'm trying to confirm that the government shutdown is confirmed.
Yeah, it might be. That's what I was saying. I heard him talking about it on the TV and
Well, today is the day, and I think the government shutdown is confirmed.
all right. Well, we'll check on that. Hey, Obis, you asked me if it's the same accounts I bought new ones. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had these for a couple weeks, but after I blew the other ones, I took a couple weeks off, traded my cash account, went through and changed a bunch of things, and then microed my way around a little bit, and then I went and bought 10 more. And I'm getting ready to buy at least 10 more. I might buy 20 and keep 10 in my pocket. Aren't you just better off making 5K and then taking your money out? If you're talking about a single cash account, it takes a little bit to make 5K, and you have to do it. You have to get a lot of trades and put on a lot of risk. So for me, that's a harder way to trade than figuring out how to beat Apex. Now, the if you're talking about the fund money, the funded, well, you have to get that 5K first, and you have to build a cushion first as well. But it's possible to do if you can pass the evals using a system. There's no reason you can't build the cushion using the same system, and then work from the cushion up to your first payout using the same system. You just got to stay consistent and do the same thing, because you won't know what works if you don't. She lost 9,500 on her funded account. She wanted to build the cushion thing. Well, I mean, if you build a $10,000 cushion and then you can't hold it, that's on you. You know, I don't need that big of a cushion. My cushion would be a little more than what I started with, just for the psychological boost. They give me 2,500 to start with. Maybe I start at 3,500, right? Once I overcome the drawdown, put 3,500 of my money in it that I've accumulated in the account, and then I can lose 3,500. So I could take the next couple thousand as a payout and leave that 3,500 in there always as my foundation. Never let it drop below 3,500. And if I do then what I'm doing now, that's giving me the results that I'm getting that are satisfactory for where I'm at, I'd be happy. That's going to be that's my path. That's part of my long-term trading plan. That's going to take 2 years for me to get to where I can quit my job. A certain period I have to do one, a certain period I have to do the next, a certain amount I need to see, a certain couple things I want to pay off, then a cushion that I build for my full-time, you know, bills paying money, and then I quit my job. And from here, I think that's going to take me a couple years. But that's fine. I mean, it's either that or work another 15 years at a place that I don't care for. And that's going to be part of the talk. Like I said, the talk is going to be real talk. But for the $180 a month for 10 accounts, you could just start an account with NinjaTrader for 500 and not worry about monthly fees and really good leverage and keep all your gains. Okay, no, that's fine, man. I love, conversation. I've got my opinion, you got yours. I can sometimes explain why it is for me that may not work for you. I'm in a different place, and I want to trade with $1 million of capital soon. So that gives me options to do things that I can't do with a couple counts on, Ninja. So it's a different mindset. My needs are different. The monthlies that I'm going to pay, once I pay the one-time fees, I have no more monthly fees on the funded account. So it's not like I'm paying, $3,600 a month, $3,200 a month, whatever it is, while I'm trying to trade. I just give them the money up front, and then after that, it's all me. But I have $1 million of capital, right? So the M word to me is significant. Because here's the deal. With 20 accounts, I need one 5-point move to make $5,000. With 20 accounts, one of my silver bullet trades I think I booted myself. Yeah. All right. Can you hear me again? I accidentally kicked myself off.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, you can. Good.
So I have a theory. When the shutdown comes back in order, the market will rally again.
Of course. So one of these wins, each one of these wins would be like $5,000. I don't change anything. I just got more accounts. This is like 8-9 days worth of work, and every loss is $5,000. And that's kind of the way, I don't need I don't need to take 4 trades, right? I was out, maybe take the win, take the loss, get even, take the next win, and get out. Win, couple trades, loss here, 3 wins in a row. I'm not going to change anything if I can get my psychology down, because my psychology changed last time, and that was the only difference. Trading view. Yeah, trading view. I'm sorry, I'm sidetracked. There's nothing here for me to trade yet, so. So that's how I look at it, Neil. When I first started out, I was really happy making, if I made a couple $100 a week, it felt like I was doing something. And then I started seeing the potential, and I started to think I could maybe do more. And the more potential I saw, the more I geared myself towards maximizing it, I guess. And just as I went from stocks to futures to multiple accounts to, if something else comes out and I can maximize it more without having to do anything different, that's probably what I'll do. And I started with 2 or 3 accounts. When I had 5 accounts, I think I had 2 YOLO accounts. Here's how silly I was. I've got 5 accounts that I want to pay attention to and really trade right. And then I've got 2 YOLO accounts where right now I just get in long because I think this is going to get taken and blah, blah, blah. So this is funny. This is real talk. Okay. I had 5 accounts that I was really, really serious about, right? This is my payday. I got $250,000 of leverage. Pow. I'm buying a Lambo. And then I had these 2 accounts over here that were supposed to make me responsible and not take the stupid shots, right? Well, I got in trouble with the 2 accounts, got pissed off, went over here, tried to make myself feel better, and blew the other 5. So that was a complete failure. That was a complete psychological just fail. To have these accounts over here I was stressing over that didn't mean anything to make me feel bad, because I was still wanting those wins. I was hoping they would hit big and I would, not even need the 5. I think they were 100Ks maybe, something. And I got too emotionally attached to those. And when I failed doing stupid stuff, because that's all they were, was stupid accounts, it put me in a place where I lost control over here on my other 5. And I blew those up. So, we've all been there. A bunch of us have, Boyle. That's why I like talking the way I do, because I know a lot of y'all haven't heard this from people who are like streaming and on YouTube, and And you need to know that I've been through, all the stuff you're going through and have been through, and I'm still here. I'm still swinging. Um, it's fine. It's great, actually. It's great. I've got an issue with futures displaying on my trading view. Whenever I put ESZ 2023 or NQ, it's displaying info 10 minutes. So possibly different brokerage fees, different data fees. You might be, so there's different markets. We'll detour for a second here. If I can do it without losing my place. Probably can't. There's nothing sensitive here, so you've got to have the right data packages on TradingView. So like this one kind of covers the most of it. You've got your oil, you've got all your indices, crude, everything like that. But if you're on something else and you're using like just CBOT or just something like that, then that might be an issue. I don't know. You might be missing one of these that you need, because you can get CME here, but I don't know what the the SP 500, the NAS 100. I'm not even sure that that's how that works. Actually, I've never traded that stuff. So, and I've had a bunch of them. I had all the data from where I was trading everything, as you can see. But I don't see anything that would tell me you need CME data. Yeah, you definitely need CME data if you're trying to get NQ and ES. If you're trying to get them both, then you're going to need something else. If you just need just futures, the way we're doing it, all you want is this one down here. It's $5 a month. Very, very worth it. Now, was that a chart or was that I don't know.
Is that data better than the one on TradingView? Is that what it is?
It's the same data, it's the same brokerage or same exchange. You just get it from a different pipe. Okay, so looking good for coming out of lunch. We've got some lows, we've got some highs. If you had the Kraken indicator right now, you'd have levels telling you, which one is which, and you'd have a nice candle over here showing you the current hour and the previous hour that you can watch move. That's amazing. Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. What's up, Simply JP? You still taking longs?
Oh my gosh, that was not funny.
I
That
told you I would remember your name, your conversation, all the details. You caught me slipping before, but I'm on my game now.
was not funny.
Want to tell us about it?
I'm like, there's no way he just said that.
Talk to me. What happened?
I mean, look at the longs though. They're coming. Look, 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 look. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing.
They have been
Nah, I'm playing.
coming, but not with enough quality, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely not. Now, I've been taking shorts, like I mentioned.
Okay.
Took a short yesterday for 1.2.
Okay.
So yeah, and I got funded yesterday too. So
No
yeah,
kidding. Sir.
yeah, bro.
Welcome, sir. Golf claps are in order.
Thank you, thank you,
That's
thank you.
awesome, dude.
Uh,
Way to go.
you guys are with. You guys with. Thank you thank you so much. You guys are with Top Step, right?
We're with everybody. I'm with Apex. Other people are with Top Step,
Apex.
Trade Day,
Oh, okay.
FTF, FTM, MTF, MMM, MTT. All those.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hey,
I'm.
do me a
Uh huh.
favor. Do me a favor. Black your name out and send me a copy of the certificate so I can post it.
Okay, for sure. I'll make sure to do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Definitely send that over. To your, is it to the group chat or just like to you specifically?
You can put it anywhere. You put it in the group chat and say a word or two, and then you black it out, and then I'll post that into the announcements. So
Okay.
let us
All
know
right.
how you did it. Put a few words into it, and let us know how you did it. I mean, that's what we need as well. So.
I'm definitely much of a private person, but I'll put as much as possible on
Yeah,
there for sure.
it can be a summary. I mean, I don't need your bank account number or P&L, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Six
here's
one
here's
two
what I've
four.
struggled.
Something. All of that. Add all that together for you.
Here's a
My credit
challenge.
card and everything.
Right. Here's a challenge I had to overcome, and just lead with that. And happy to be here, something like that, you know.
Yeah, so something like that, something like that. I'll make sure to include the credit card information, and everything too. Just to.
Actually, if you're in the Discord, I've already got it, man.
Wow. Oh
Yeah,
my.
I told you I've got an IT background.
My goodness, that's
You don't
funny.
live. You don't live. You don't live at. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, like I got funded 100K with this company called Nova. They're pretty new. And I have like two of my friends that's been with them for a little bit now, and they got paid out and everything like that. And I basically did a one step with them because I have an account with Funded Next too. I have like 100K that I'm almost done with Funded Next.
Awesome.
And like it's just a two step. I don't know, for some reason it was taking me a little bit longer than it should have.
Right.
So I just decided to do one step, and I got it done. But I'm thinking about going with either Apex Next or Top Step, because I know I know some people that's with Top Step. So
Right.
I guess you're the only person I know that's with Apex. So I don't know how everything works with them, but
They work great.
yeah.
If you know, I'm having a little problem with my system that nobody else seems to be having, but it's happening
Oh
live, so
no,
everybody sees it.
oh
But
no.
I'm thrilled with Apex, and the ability to push 20 accounts is that's a game changer. I don't care what anybody
Hmm.
says, you know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but either way, you know, it's whatever your appetite is for it and how you're trying to approach it. Just I would weigh, you know, the platforms you can use. Make sure you're getting the platform you like. That's important to me. And you know, it's got to be drawdown rules you can deal with and all that stuff. The target to drawdown
Or
ratio shouldn't be stupid. If they're trying
yeah,
to
of
make you
course.
reach a really high target and they're only giving you, you know, 40% of drawdown, no good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, of course. What's the drawdown looking like that? Like daily drawdown and overall drawdown,
It,
all that stuff.
it varies on the accounts. Like a 50K, you get $2,500 drawdown with a $3,000
Okay.
target. So it's
Hmm.
almost a one to one, and it gets worse as you go up. So for me, it doesn't make sense to have 100K accounts because they double the target and only give you like 40% of the drawdown extra, right? So
I see.
it's and every step up, it's worse. And it's
Hmm.
not to me, it's not reasonable to think I'm going to be trading 40 minis, right? I mean, I can trade 10 minis on my account I've got right now times 20 accounts. Every trade would be 200 minis, right?
I see.
That's a bunch of money.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh, yeah. Anyway, so like I
But
said,
no, I'm
that's
not. I'm not big on risking. That's one thing that I'm very different from my other friends. They're also making quite a lot of money in trading,
yeah.
but like I'm like the one guy that's very passive when it comes to this,
There's nothing wrong
like
with that.
trading stuff. I'm very passive. I haven't spoke to my girlfriend yesterday, and I was like, I just want to make 2% a week. I'm done.
Right.
Just make 2% a week. I have like my aggressive account. I have my passive account. On this one that I just got funded, only 2% a week, and I'm pretty much calling it a day. Especially that I live in Canada, right?
Yeah.
So 2,000 USD is like 3,000 for us.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, it's just that. So
That's not even
yeah,
bad.
but I'm
There's some countries where it's
uh
like 300 to 1 right now instead of 1.5 to 1 or something like
whoa,
that. Yeah, it's bad.
crazy man. That's horrible. that's
All right.
that's bad.
Yeah, I know. So, like I said, keep us posted. Put something in the thing, and we'll
Mhm.
celebrate that.
Of course, for sure, I'll definitely do that. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, right on.
Did you catch anything today though? I didn't really. I only traded in
I
London and
don't.
I just slept.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay. Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
We're good.
kidding.
We're good.
So
We're good.
I tried to take. I think it was maybe this one. Either this one, one of these coming down, and I switched over to my brand new. That's not it. My brand new trading bait screen, and I went
Mhm.
to click sell, and it wanted to confirm the order, and I had no idea what it was at first. It just gave me a big window I've never seen before because it's the first time I used it, and I had to check the little box that says don't confirm
Mhm.
anymore. And in the time it took me to look at that and say, what the hell am I about to say okay to, the market kind of ran
Oh
away a
my
little bit.
gosh. Oh my
I hit
gosh.
the
That
sell
was
button. I
okay.
hit the sell button, and it gives me the big, are you sure you want to do all this to all this? And I'm reading it, you know, it's 10 accounts. I'm trying to read the messages, and I'm like, well, there's all the account
Oh
numbers.
no.
And then it ran away, and I couldn't make myself get into it.
Uh,
So, and we've talked about a
that
lot of other
sucks.
good ones and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm real happy with where I am in the week, so I'm not pushing nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
and
same,
trying to
same.
be a good example as much as anything. So,
Yeah, no, you're a great example, man. You're doing amazing.
thanks.
Like you're doing great, bro.
Right on.
You're doing great, honestly.
Appreciate it.
But no, when stuff like that happens, though, the way I look at it is at least like I know what I'm doing and I had the direction right. You know,
Right.
because at the end of the day, like we know what we're doing, and this will be repeated again. So it's just because I beat myself up for things like that. So even though it's not my fault, it's like I had to read this freaking 10 page thing and signed it and
Right.
freaking sign my life away just to fucking put a trade in.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, no, that's
All right.
yeah, man.
I'm gonna get back to this and try to find me one. I like what I'm seeing right now. For either way, really, we'll see if this box how it gets taken. I mean, I guess technically that's where I need it to be for it to take a high, and we're in that area where there could be a 30-second entry. Even also, go look at the hourly. Yeah, we're right there. I mean, so if it makes a new low right there, all right, I'm gonna try to get in the hourly mode here real quick. Or the 30-second mode. I don't need that right now. Have you seen the 30-second model, JP?
Yeah, the one that his son is trading, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. So the thing is, I'm not. I need to upgrade my trading view or something like that because I can't go on 30 second, unfortunately.
Oh, right. I
Um,
got you.
but I've also been with ICT for about 2 years now, and he always has something new. So I don't want to keep switching if I have
Oh no
something
no
that
no
works
no
for
no!
me.
I don't blame you. Yep.
But
I kind of
yeah,
dissed
this
this when
guy.
it first came out, but it's just so, it's one of those that doesn't take much to do.
Mhm.
But I hear you.
And you said like you usually catch a 1 to 1 like kind of like automatically. I think you said right, or it's like a 1 to 1
Uh,
guaranteed.
no, I didn't talk about that one like this. I don't think that might have been
Oh,
that was the new week opening gap where if
oh,
it goes five handles, then the odds are really good it goes 10.
oh, okay,
So
right.
if
Okay,
you
I
if
think
you can get
that was
five,
it
it's a
too. Yeah,
great runner. So, but I'm just gonna
yeah.
look. I don't mind taking a little one here. I'm trying to get something anyway, and I've got the
Hmm.
minute and the five right here, so I'm still trading my normal silver bullet right here. If I can
Right.
get a break of structure with displacement, I would take the minute on this, but I also want to see what the hourly does. So what he said is once there's a pierce on the hourly, you wait for consolidation, and then you wait for a grab. And when you get this grab past this candle, you go to the 30-second and you look for the first fair value you got going north, and you take it. So, and if you don't see it on the five, you can look on the one, and that's happened to me too, where it happened too fast and there was just a couple candles. But when I looked over here, it was real obvious. So
Hmm.
it's not there's not a lot to it. It's all the same concepts and principles. It's just in a little different chart, but it has good support because of the criteria are still strong because there's several of them. You have to have this, you have to have this, you have to have the push down, you have to have the fair value gap going the other way. So there's still three or four things in play that doesn't make it just a wild man's trade on the 30-second, which is what I thought it was when it first came out. And I told everybody, be
Oh,
careful.
it's not a wild man trade.
No, no, not at all, not at all. This market moves
Yeah.
in the market moves in
Can
like
can you explain it
quantoseconds,
again?
right? A 30-second clock on something like this, high frequency algorithmic trading is, I mean, for us, yes, obviously, but if you're used to the minute, you're already way down there where everybody says you're kind of stupid anyway. So, if you're used to the minute, the 30-second is not as big of a leap as somebody who's trading on the hour and the 15 minute, and so that has to be considered too, what you're used to. There's no way a swing trader is going to come in here and go, oh yeah, okay, boom, boom. That their comfort level wouldn't be. They have no comfort. It would all just be guessing because they don't understand it.
Yeah, and I watched a video on this literally 2 days ago where swing traders they have like horrible entries, but they stay in the longest, which
Right.
the longest. But then scalpers, we basically have the best entries, but we stand for like
Right.
2 seconds. If we could
we're
combine the both of them and then
we're
stay
trying to
in for
get
a
out.
long ass time, that'd be amazing.
35 and 1400. So 1400 is that, where that one ended and this one started. So there was an hour purge. There is consolidation. If I'm wanting to go long, I need for it to come, I don't want to get this direction wrong. It has to pierce this before it can go that way. And he said, you know what? Crap. Well, that might have been it, because here was a purge right here. Right here was the purge. Right here was the first fair value gap. Down here was your stop.
I was gonna say that
And
too.
there's 5. God dog it, man. So that's the 30-second model. That's so funny, man. That's just a riot. So the criteria worked perfectly. I could have got my trade. I could have already been out in money and probably rocketing up into the freaking stratosphere, because I just looked at it and said, let's see if a 30-second will work. That's it, man. That's it. The consolidation. This purged, but it didn't leave a fair value gap. So the first real purge was right here. It did leave a fair value gap. You take that entry, fade a little heat, boom. Wow, man, that is. So if I would have taken the trades, all of them, I'd be 5 for 6 right now. And the one that I lost was because I pulled my stop down way below where he set it to. So this is a 6 for 6 for me, following the rules, just looking at it, finding it, identifying the criteria, and taking the trade. 6 for 6. That's crazy.
It does look juicy now.
It's so
I'm
juicy.
looking at it.
He's like, well, I got this thing that I like, and I'm going to stick with it. And then now he's like, yeah, it is pretty juicy. You know what? I would be the first one to say, but I'm always open to learning. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for
I see
sure.
something.
Always open.
Somebody shows me the code of the ATM. I'm not going to keep punching numbers. I'm going to take I'm going to take the code.
Take the damn code. But no, he even said that for October he has this new strategy that he's gonna teach. I'm like, oh my goodness, like what else? Like,
Right.
But
So when I
ICT, man.
post the video, when I post this video, I'm going to timestamp this trade for sure. I haven't been timestamping them, but I'm probably going to lead with something about, ICT doesn't work, stuff like that, because I'm kind of on a little rampage about all that. Nothing huge, but I'm trying to be passive aggressive, I guess, and say, here, this is it. We just kind of stumbled into it. And if I would have just pushed buy, boom. What are the odds? Are you a statistics person, or, you believe in uh, randomness, and what are the odds that we just kind of stumble into it and go, yeah, checkbox, 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 pow? Who else does that? Where it's that clean, that clear, everything just met, wow. And it excites me. It really does. But I missed my trade. Probably talking missed it on the minute too. No, there's no way I would have took any of that. There's the breaking structure is way too weak. No displacement. These candles aren't any bigger than other candles before it. So I don't feel as bad because I would have missed it on the minute chart, which is where I'm trading from. But also sometimes when I see that, I will drop real quick into the 30-second. And that's kind of maybe a way, no, I wouldn't have done it here because I would have needed to know all the criteria, because I'm expecting this bounce up before this push back down. So yeah, different mentality. That's all right. So the trading pit is also allowing many accounts in copy, but they are more expensive. Better regarding drawdown. If they have a bunch of accounts, I'm willing to pay the money. I mean, right now this is my one shot. So I've got money I'm willing to divert, do whatever I have to do. Comes first, and I'll check them out for sure. Thanks, Michael. Because I would love an easier drawdown. I would pay money if any of these people would show me that I can trade, a good number of accounts. I don't know if they're going to give 20, but I'd make it work with 10. My numbers work great with 10. You want to know why I bought 20? In fact, I could do everything I want to do with 10. I want 20 to pay the taxes and the fees. That's it. I want 10 accounts of tax-free money. If you do the math on that, that's crazy still, you know? So when I started thinking about it, I was like, well, I'm always going to have to give 10 away. I got to give 10% to Apex. I'll just add 10 accounts and pay for all of that crap and let them pay themselves, basically, is the way I'm going to look at it. Um, so, yeah. But, yeah, thanks, Michael. I'll definitely check it out. Anybody new? Addie, where were you earlier? I needed a muter slash whatever. And someone that, well, Ms. Mania stepped up. She took the stream, so that was cool. Alan, you might be new. I don't know. Haven't seen an Alan, I don't think. I need some really original names to make this easy. Come on, help me out. No, that's about it. Oh, no, Rotang. I know the Bruce Lee picture. Yep, like that. And Papa Josh. I got two Bruce Lees looking at me. Now we got a nice, we broke the box. How many times do we see this? Right? The box break taps into something above it, and then it comes back and takes the liquidity that was created in the box. The fake, the remove. I bet it's OTE also.
I do the opposite of what I wanted.
What are the odds? Okay, everything you need. Such a simple trade. I mean, that would. I was explaining why I wouldn't taking this long, and then looked over here to look at names. I was like, oh man, because I trade this too. You know, this is a great retracement. Bingo. So watch another one get away. So that's 3 easy trades. That, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I didn't pull the trigger on that one. The 30-second here, the obvious OTE replacement here. These are the 3 I should have taken, not even the ones that I pointed out that we missed, you know, when I wasn't really trying to trade before or after. So, a great day, man. Great day for trading. Probably better to only use half of them so you can keep trading. I know, and I've wrestled with that, Neil. And my philosophy is I'm either going to make them or I'm going to break them. I mean, if I hold back 10, that would affect my psychology all the more because all my wins, you know, I would feel like would have been doubled. And all my losses aren't really my losses because it's their money. You know, so the risk for me there is, I mean, I've got skin in the game. I've definitely got money in it. But they're giving me $100,000, no, $50,000 of drawdown across 20 accounts to play with. That's kind of how I look at it. And I did think about that. I thought just in case. So here's my solution to that, Neil. I found a workaround around that as well. I'm all about solutions, and when I run into an obstacle, I sit down and I look at it. Okay, what can I do? I have to do that at work. I've had to do that in careers, you know, all the time. And I've done well. And here was my workaround to that. I trade my 20 accounts, and I bring up 10 evals to within $100, and I pay that couple $100 a month fee because I'm going to buy them cheap. And if I ever do blow my accounts, because you can have as many accounts as you want, you can just only carry 20 PA accounts. So the best of both worlds for me is to get my 20 PA accounts, start making my money with those, and sooner rather than later link the other 10 so that I have 30 accounts here, 10 PAs or 20 PAs and 10 evals. Carry those 10 evals up to where I'm just close, or 20 evals. You know, at $200 for 10 of them, I could carry 20 of them. I'm either going to make that kind of money or I'm not using that much. So if it works out, then I'd be able to afford it. If it doesn't work out, then I refine my process. I work on it. I get better, and that's when I'm going to be able to afford it, and that's when I'm going to take that step. But either 10 or 20 accounts in the pocket that I could then just bring into PAs as a, you know, panic button or, you know, last case solution or effort. Yep. And, you know, that's I guess that's just, like I said, the best of both worlds to try to attack that circumstance. So here's a big one punch. Number 2, we get a nice 3 down here. That would be the 3 push that I talk about a lot. I mean, technically we've got it, but usually, you know, we'll get more, and then and then we can look for another move up. Because it wants to go up, right? It really does. It's bringing a bunch of people up with it, taking their money, coming down, creating liquidity, bringing people in, creating liquidity, faking everybody out. You know, all this mess down here definitely doesn't look like this, right? So we're starting to think about maybe doing something. Had a nice break of structure here. Solid break. It did close above this. No, not above this though, so now we zero in real tight. Now I don't know if the 30-second, I think the 30-second only happens when the hour candle passes the other hour candle. It has to be an hour low. So that one was, but this one wouldn't be. So I don't think you even look for the 30-second here. NQ took PM low.
Is there like a huge difference between the 30-second and the regular silver bullet?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's two different easy strategies is the way I'd say it. But they're different, but they're easy.
What's the main difference? The time and for the reverse for
Yep,
the break structure.
yep. And the criteria are a little different. Same components, different ordering and different time frame and different draw liquidity.
Different draw liquidity. Oh,
All right, so let's see what happens. This is NQ, right? Yeah. So NQ saying has taken all the way back to here, whereas ES did not. So it kind of depends here. Since we're consolidating here, we could still dump, you know, or it could be the sign that here we're about to go bullish, which would also be bullish for ES. So we're in a good spot for longs, for sure. Now, I don't know if we move the box. As long as we're going sideways, I just keep moving it until it fails. You know, you get a breakout and it's gone. This could be the new high and the low in the box, area consolidation. Got lots of time. Got an hour and a half to either, let's start looking at options. You got huge liquidity pools on both sides. I think up is more, but you know, that's quite a bit down here. You know, plenty there to go after on either side. So as it gets closer, we start refining our bias for the fire move at the end of the day. Oh, did you, Ms.? Good job. So for those that weren't in here, Ms. Mania took over the stream for me while I was at lunch and broke down some stuff, and they just were in the text, I think. I don't know if you were live voice or if you guys were just talking about it in the text, but either or is fine. She shared her screen, or he. I'm assuming that's Ms. You know what? I need to know, are you a fella or a lady? Because I'm sort of like addressing you as a female because of the Ms. Fella. All right, man. I still love you, and I'm still gonna give you what I said I would. But like I said, all this time, Ms. Mania, for some reason, had me thinking you were a she, and I've been referring to you that way. Misgendered again. I keep doing that on accident. DOMLNLK, and it looks like a zero maybe, so it might be like a no vowel name with a dash, or yeah. Welcome. Glad you're here. Some names are easier on me than others, but I'm gonna call you Dom. D-O-M. You are the Dom. From Fast and Furious. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right, so man, all that jumping around for this now. So coming down on some good PDA support. We've been in PDA support all day here. This is probably a red dot right there. Yep. I always have to do this. And then it does that to me, and I have to go back and do this. Change this back to 15, this back to 30. Change this. I don't know why it doesn't save that for me like that. It's kind of irritating. Alright, so we're back. So we've got support under us, so most likely we come down. We did, it looks like we tapped it on the 30. Yeah, we did tap it on the 30. Yeah, even if I save the layouts for some reason. Or I don't know, maybe I've been forgetting. I'm pretty good about saving the layouts, but if not, then that's probably the problem. So this can go still either way. No use fretting over that yet. So we have tapped the fair value gap, but if we could dive a little deeper into some of this, that would be great. There was our 1, there was our 2. This doesn't really count as a 3 for me yet. No close below. So a close below would give me everything I need, I think, as far as confluences. If I could get down into here, that would definitely put me down into here, deeper into here. I don't think we see this, but yeah. All right, Neil, take care. Thank you. I wish I could do it all the time. I really do. Going back to work next week is going to just stink. Wow, nice trade. Right on. Woohoo. Way to go, bud. My brother. So would I take another? Questionable. I mean, if it gave me all of this again, you know, odds are slim, but we have had some instances where there was several, you know, moves up, swing, another swing. Still a lot of time for a lot of manipulation to position ourselves for whatever the end of the day move is going to be. And you can bet there's going to be an end of the day move. I wouldn't be surprised if we start creeping up through here and taking some of this. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it just starts really, really moving. I would expect it to stall out somewhere close, cause some more problems, generate more liquidity, and then ultimately take this out. That would be amazing. And I say it all the time, don't say the market won't do it. If you don't prepare for what it could do, it often does just that, and it blows me away. So now I'm always prepared. What's the most ridiculous draw on liquidity? Well, right now it's for me here. I say, okay, it's in play. Start watching price action, see if it starts moving, you know, in that direction, building my confidence that that's good. If it doesn't, then it'll be up here somewhere, building this liquidity, and, you know, and then maybe an opportunity to bring it down. And as it gets closer and closer and closer, we'll know more and more and more. So right now, that's just the idea. I'll still take trades between now and then, but I'm definitely going to be in position to take that trade. So here's a good example of just very minimal criteria being broken. If you want to take that as displacement, those two candles, they broke structure right here, created this fair value gap. If you got in at 1475, you already got your 5 points, right? For me, that's not displacement, but it does work. I mean, the combination of the liquidity sweep, something that looks displacey, and the break of structure, and the fair value gap, big confluences, in PDAs, a good trade, a great trade, right? Nothing wrong with taking that. If you took that, hey, clap, clap, clap. Because not long ago I would have for sure. Uh, but like I said, I went through and I did a lot of work to see that a lot of times this fails me. And this is hindsight. We can see that it worked, so we're talking about it. If it would have failed, I would have given you the alternative example of why this is not a good signal, and we would have talked about it that way. It just depends. There's enough nuance and variableness in this for you to build your own thing, but just make sure it works for you. Go through and find what works for you. And again, I don't mind missing this because I have the information telling me it's not my A plus setup, and that's great. It's easy to watch trades go away that you probably shouldn't have taken based on all the work you put in to establish what you know about this stuff. If I take that, then I'm discounting everything I did for months to get the idea that, okay, here's what I want to see for me to take a trade. And at that period, the market might have been showing us one thing. This could be the move now. And in your back testing for the last couple months, because I've been trading it, not back testing it. It may have changed just subtly enough where, for whatever reason, I can't explain it, but now this is a higher percentage, a higher probability win than it was when I was doing it. We're both right. I mean, there's room for that. You have to really, I think, outside the box, I guess. Put yourself in different scenarios about who's trying to do what, the time frames, the seasonality, all of that. It all comes into play. Another thing about that end of the day trade is I'm so relaxed at just what goes on. If I take a trade, great. If I don't, there's no pressure on me up until the last 5 minutes of the session, and then it's a very small amount of pressure. You know, a lot of my trades come at that time, and then there's a lot of opportunities there, whether I catch them or not. But a lot of opportunities. So it's a good calming mechanism just to have that trade in the back of my mind. And it's I get excited when it starts showing up. I do. You guys listen to me. I'm like, drum roll, please. Is there a PD? No PDT rule on any kind of futures account. You can trade till you break the market or you run out of money. Most of us run out of money. Oh, wait a minute. All of us run out of money first. Nobody's breaking the market. I don't want to break it. I just want to break off a piece of it. How about that? Does that make sense? You can quote me on that. I don't want to break the market. I just want to break off a piece of it. Just a little something, something for me. All right, so new box, new, new regular liquidity. Still kind of part of the same box now. We'll see how long this sideways stuff goes, how much liquidity is taken. When it's this type of seek and destroy thing, it's not leaving behind as much as it looks like. So this whole space is gone to this point. All of this is gone to this point. So you would almost have to say that now we're in this scenario, right? Anything in between that is insignificant. And it also gives it the quicker ability to just go one way or the other at any moment. Like when you have it and it's evenly distributed and you have a lot of lows here and you have a lot of highs here, the odds are for the sweep because it showed you what it was doing. When it does this, it's a different characteristic, right? It could take off now and leave nothing behind from here on. This is insignificant. It could come down and tank from here. It didn't leave anything behind but this. Either one of these could be the final purge before the move. And we'll see what it does here. If it stops and creates more internal liquidity, then our odds start to build for the other way, for the sweep. But if it just comes down here and tanks, then most likely that's where it's going. And that probably would have been another nice OTE entry.
Where?
Wait a minute. I would have to do here. make sure I'm right here. There, to the very top of OTE. The very top of OTE. If you took your trade on the OTE max, 23, yeah, you probably wouldn't though. Well, it depends. I don't know. That's the top of the fair value. That's definitely where your stop would be, but you probably would have taken it in here somewhere. Maybe once it captured this liquidity right here, you could have went short. And I mentioned that. What do I do with this next tap on this fair value gap? I think I was talking about the 5-minute though. But either way, if you would have taken it, say you get consequent encroachment, a couple ticks above that, it takes this. Actually, consequent encroachment does take the liquidity from both points. It made equal highs right here, came up and got it real good. Would have got in on consequent encroachment at 23.50, and we'll see what it does. We're already at 3 points. Perfect. Respecting of the optimum trade entry area. Remember, the wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. ICT 101. That would have been the entry for sure. I'm going short. Okay, so here's a good thing to try to figure out. So I've got my stop. Do I go above OTE for 175, make it real tight? Do I get up above this volume imbalance for 350? Or do I go to this high with maybe a tick or two that I always give myself? If that point makes the difference, the 5 to 6 points, I'm going to use it right here. So honestly, if it takes the first one, it's taking the second one anyway. So 2 ticks above that is 5.5 points. And that would have been a monster, beautiful trade if it comes all the way down here and goes. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. This is the trade I'm supposed to take. I'm not focusing a lot on those right now today. I kind of said I was going to be a external liquidity guy. So for those that got in late, I kind of laid out my plan earlier today, and that was part of it. So I'm definitely looking for the short or the long. I won't get my opportunity at external liquidity, short. So if I get anything, it's going to be the move back up. If it doesn't come, then I have the end of the day move that will be positioned to take either sides, and I'll be fine with that. And I'm fine with not taking a trade today too. So to me, it's not 6 hours that I wasted. This is great. This is great. This is like working out. This is if you want to build muscles, get in the gym. This is my gym. And if you're long and you had a move and you had support, then you just do the same thing in the opposite direction and try to feel for your odds for a continuation. Use the same fib, use the same faith in everything that you see in the fib, the areas, the support, or the the PDAs that you would look for, either support or whatever. How much of this can you cover with a stop if you take a 50%? If you wait for OTE, can you get below the swing? And then you're just targeting up here and then up here, partial or something, and then take a runner up to here. So we would have a long, let's say we looked for 50%-ish. So the first thing under the 50% would be the fair value gap. Say we took a short or a long there. What would our short look like? Okay, I can get under both fair value gaps for 3.5 points. I can get under this swing comfortably with 475. 475 is no different than 5. That one tick could save me. So those would be just, kind of what you're looking at as you're watching price. Frame your trade setups, know ahead of time So that when it gets into your area, you've already thought about it, you've already checked, is it good? You know, I'm in this, I'm in that. You've got stuff above you and below you, so either way can really go. It's, you know, at some point it's going to turn around most likely, but if it wants to seek and destroy, it can end up down here. That's why the candle by candle is so important, to see which one it chooses and get an early indication that it's made that choice. And what would suck is if I got tagged in one, they got tagged in the other and lost both. I don't even know if that's possible, but you never know. Yep, you're right, DK. It's sort of a numbers game. You know, I feel like the more it gets tapped, the less likely, you know, it's going to hold. But I don't know. I've seen it do crazy things. So that's why I put so many things with it. That's something that'll bring me to the computer and be like, okay, let's start paying attention here. All right, so I'm going to do away with the red box. Try to. For right now, I might want to bring that back. I don't know. But get rid of it for right now. And then, you know, depending on what the price action is, this is if it stays just like this and it's calm and lazy and kind of works its way down. If I get a big push one way or the other, you know, well, what do you know? All right, so break the structure here, energy. Nice. Okay, so this has everything I have. If I get the fair value gap and I get the retest, wow, it's at the draw on liquidity already. That's tough, man. And it's into fair value gap, and it's into a 5-minute fair value gap. All right, so
And the VIX is going down, so it might go up.
yeah, it might. Big gap to try to get a stop loss in there that I'm comfortable with. 8 points. I don't know. I don't know. So in this scenario, I'm going to drop to half size. I'm going to take a trade. I'm going to shoot for 1-to-1 with my stop down here. And with the energy, I'll see how it plays out. I might cut it or whatever, but I'm going to be at half size if I take it. And the way it's going, I don't think I would take. Okay, so this is a 30-second. The 30-second model here. To look for the entry. There it was. Damn. There's my 5 points. Be out of the trade already. So I'm not too excited about anything right now. So yeah, the big move is to keep you out of the move, right? That's what it's for. Doesn't want everybody getting in and we're thinking, you know, is it going to come down? Is it going to go up? It just explodes. So now this is the draw. But we've already taken here. It could turn around anytime. Once your draw gets taken that you're, you know, kind of aiming for, we're all of a sudden, you know, out of, you'd have to fib the huge big leg now to see, and then it gets a little bit, so what you have to be careful about too is longing into somebody's OTE retracement, somebody else's 50%, right, on their time frames. If it's this explosive and you're not in yet, it can go either way, I think, depending on the criteria. I'm on the 30 seconds still. I need to get back to the minute. would have been a good 1 minute entry if I could have caught it down here and I was ready to. But
Where?
down here on this displacement, this fair value gap right here, I had my finger on the buy if we got right here. And you know, I never had a shot here. Now I'm way up here after, you know, equal highs have been taken. This could just be a big push up and then it don't. You know, it's a great silver bullet. But it's not the ideal silver bullet for me. It was too much, too quick, and it's probably going to be a great trade for somebody. Uh, but you know, we haven't closed here yet above this fair value gap. Still got 22 seconds. That would tell me something, but I don't think it's enough at this point. And I've still got an hour. So, yeah, I'm just going to tape read this one, I think. We'll see what the results are, and it goes into our memory bank and our experience box and all that good stuff. But this is displacement, okay? Displacement. Huge push. Biggest candle right through the high, or right through the swing. That's the best break of structure I can get right here. It's in the middle. It didn't just tap it, it blew through it. And normally you would get this, and then this candle would dip, and you could take it. And it did on the 32nd. And what I need to start doing is having the 32nd open. That's what I'm going to do. So maybe I split the screen in the house. Let's get jiggy with it, huh? Oh, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can put one big screen on the left, two screens on the right. Like that. Change my color here. We won't get beat like this anymore, folks. Because this was it. This was a 30-second trade, no problem. Jump on it. I can do this on the minute and the 30-second. I might get rid of some of my trash over here and just do a completely blank screen on this one. No, I would need the fair value gap indicator. So that's fine. I'm going to move that over to this screen. Make this my 1 minute. Make this my 30-second. So what I'm doing right here is going to make me a lot better trader. Okay, trust me. I see this enough now. This is something else that's going to be in my toolbox. I would have just captured that move. I can do that like this. With the different time frames I'm using, I've got the beautiful 5 minute, I've got my 1 minute close, and I've got the 30-second in my pocket right there. So that would have been the entry right there at 27 for a quick, easy, painless 10 points, right? Anybody disagree? There's nothing wrong with that trade. That's beautiful. You're way in discount. You got break on everything. It's still even a good, you know, it's still even a good 5 minute, you know, when it comes back down and finally, if it's turned, then the 5 minute will be respected, you know. You got what you want on all of them.
Can you show me the 30-second entry on that one?
What's the criteria that I use? I talk about it every day, over and over. What am I looking for?
Well, I'm talking about this one. You said that you would have
It's
seen it if it was the 30-second chart.
right. Well, it's the same criteria though. Break of structure, displacement, fair value gap, entry right here. You didn't get a 1 minute retest. You are now, but like I said, this is like somebody else's OTE entry on a higher time frame, so I'm kind of avoiding it. Does that make sense though? It's the same, it looks the same, it's just on a different time frame. So you're still looking for, you know, we had the displacement here. The 30-second, we're looking inside this candle here, and we're seeing a couple candles. We're seeing these candles right here. That makes one candle, a couple of those, and it just all lined up, you know.
Are you looking to enter a long here?
I would have taken this long, and am I thinking about it? Yeah, but you know, I missed my external liquidity move, which was here that we just missed. If I get into it late, I could do that. I mean, it'd be a better ad than it would be, you know, when you're in profit already and it comes against you some. It would be a better ad than a entry, I think, because it already covered a lot of ground, took liquidity. It's finding now resistance on the 15, finding resistance on the 30, finding resistance on the hour. So the support that we had above us is now the resistance we have against us, and it made the move. I mean, that was the silver bullet. You know, you're looking for just so many points, and when you get lucky and carry it up here, it's just a blessing. It's just a bonus. You took a trade on the second, Mason? Oh my God. I can't believe that. Oh no, I see what you're saying. 5 handles on one and 10 handles on the second. I read that too quick and I was like, there's no way he's on the second time frame. Get out of here. Good job, man. Oh, I better clap too. That was everybody else. So, you know, regardless, I'm in no pressure to trade. I feel no compulsion to trade. Following my stuff, my plan. Trade your plan. Plan your trades and trade your plans. So I'm doing that every step of the way and using the candle by candle, right? If all this wasn't above me, would I look for the long to be a higher probability? Yes. But I'd be trying to get my 5 points from down here somewhere instead of, you know, lower. Wait a minute, how'd this, 30 seconds. Now I'm confusing myself on time frames, man. This is going to get to be too much. And this is what just tapering is good for, because I'm playing out a lot of scenarios. I'm covering a lot of ground as far as watching and observing, looking how other people's trades on other people's time frames are being considered. Because like I said, there's other time frames where this stuff is happening in their favor more so than it's happening in your favor. And you need to know kind of where that is. Don't trade long into someone else's short that has a better opportunity to win than you do. Unless I'm super confident, right? Oh, those sounds were disabled for you since Monday? I don't know what's going on. Somebody try to clap. See if it's just him. Clap or do something. Make a noise. I might have the soundboard turned off. I don't know.
I can hear everything you do. I don't know.
No, I'm asking for one of you to hit the clap button or the sad horn. You know these? Are they working?
Where is that? Where is that at?
It's on the soundboard. I'm not sure where it is on your screen. I've got it on a little pop-up. If I put my mouse over at the bottom of the Discord window, there's a little happy face and a little music box. So maybe they're not working. I might have it turned off on accident. I don't know. So I kind of trust the long, obviously, or honestly, even though, you know, it did all this pullback and stuff. The pullback might have been a good entry. Wait, I was thinking this was the 1 minute. This is the 5 minute. So it's still, you know, if it comes back down to here. I was saying that it was poised to take either direction for a long ways. just because the way the liquidity was swept right here and right here. It didn't leave a big reason to come down here. It really didn't, you know. So we'll see. Give me just a minute here. We might just take something. It is for Nitro users. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, my bad.
I was just gonna ask you that because I see the nitro and there's a whole bunch of options in there.
Yeah, but I've seen a bunch of people use it. I've got the Discord nitroed up to level 3. So I don't know. I should say we. There's been some people that have helped me boost it. I thought it gave it to all of us. I don't like that. That's discrimination, man. That divides us. Some people can clap, some people can't. That sounds like a crappy way to run it.
I didn't even know that was the thing. That I thought you had like a special machine that you were doing that with.
No.
Order filled.
I want to see before I get to that end of the day trade if I have any problems with this platform. So I went long at 27.25, 22.25. We'll be right here. That's too far. 22.25. I want to close that fair value gap. Wait a minute. I went long, so I would need to sell. Okay, I've got orders working. I would break this down into 20 now. Create a partial. And a partial. Kind of early, but, you know, let's see what happens. Like I say, I want to see what the thing does. If it acts like it's supposed to act. I'm not in the ideal spot for my stop, really. I'm not happy about it right there. Yeah, not ideal, but I can't push it, so it is what it is. If we could get to here, that would be amazing. I won't target the top just because of the potential that it comes up here with a couple ticks and then fails. And then the same thing with this. I won't target the top. I'll take that. Alright, so trade's done. Happy with everything, thrilled. I trusted my, criteria on the minute, silver bullet. It already delivered, but if it's the move, then, it could pay off nice. So I'm okay with everything here. It's a good trade. I got my 3-punch. Close enough. 3-punch, energy up. Nice, support here. I got a little extra support here. Honestly, though, if it comes down there, I wouldn't feel great because of this would have been better. And you know what? When it gets down here, I might take a 5 on my stop loss management today. It is what it is, Every situation's different. I'm not expecting a lower low, but it could sure come down here and do something. So I don't know. Just have to kind of see how it plays out. And at some point, I should be at break even. Probably now. But it's New York. It's been a lot of movement today. I haven't taken any losses yet. I haven't traded anything. I feel great about the week no matter what. So let's see what we get. Okay, so now I might take the break even. I don't know. See if it gives it to me. You don't need much. I don't think I would take a loss from here, though. Not a big one. Not that close to my partial anyway. Let's see if we get the fair value gap. This feels like just a weak retracement here. Let's see what happens. We definitely have the fair value gap support down here. Okay, Ms. Thanks again. Keep an eye out for my message. So I won't take a loss, I don't think. No, I'm just gonna let it run. I get out sometimes too early and then I regret it. And this is one I can take a loss on and not feel anything over at this point. I've had too many that I've gotten out of early, and yeah, I've been kind of kicking myself. I keep track of that in my trade tracker. You know, I got out early. I highlight that in red, and it needs to mean something when I put it in there. So either I do something differently based on the knowledge I've accumulated. Even if it doesn't work, I need to act on it. Otherwise, you know, my ideas or my process is, I don't have faith in it. I don't trust it. I guess I'd rather fail trusting something than fail having doubts, if that makes sense. If I trusted it, I had a reason to trust it. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think of it like dying. If you're gonna die, you better believe in that thing.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are willing to die for a lot of crazy things too, you know.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of people are willing to die for stuff that they can't even tell you what it is. It's like, why do you believe that? Because.
Right? So let's see if it takes this. That's fine. I'm real concerned about these points down here. Still have good support beyond it. And see, I was talking about when price was up here, and I'm talking about what's going to happen down here. What I want to be ready. I have a plan. I know what I'm comfortable with already. The circumstances, candle by candle analysis, focused on, you know, just what's going on right here. That way, if it drops, dumps down here, I'm kind of looking at the energy it comes with. Does it leave fair value gap support coming to the downside? Then I'm less likely to move my stop. If it's a move like this where it's just swinging and taking liquidity, then maybe I give it a little room. And you always have to have that right to be able to do that, but it has to be based on something clear. It has to be based on, you know, a plan, some kind of something you did to evaluate it and say, yep, this warrants this kind of attention. You know.
You said using the fair value gap as support.
Yes, it's like under you is support. It bounces off of you. It's jumping up and down on the support. Your floor is your support. Your ceiling
Oh,
is your
so when it
resistance.
hits a fair value gap, if it's a good value gap, then it should support the price from that point on.
Right. So here's your fair value gap. It supported the price. It stepped in it and it pushed it back out. So you act on that either above or below.
Got it. Thank you, sir. That's a question I've been meaning to ask someone for a while.
Right. I hear you. So this is all good.
I'm
This is all.
I'm switch,
I'm
I'm
going to try
getting
to
a new
link this
phone, so
over
hope.
to my trading view now, with the assumption that it's not going to do that stupid stuff. It's not showing up. MQ is not showing. So my orders don't show up. Okay, so something to do with. Oh, you know what I did? I bet I did. Back out, back out, back out. I need demo. I was demo. Oh, I used my I almost jumped in with my cash account. I've already added it. I'm already paying for it. You idiots. Seriously? Alright, whatever. So daily goal was just about hit. I think it actually was when it got up here. But oh, it is. Yeah, it is my daily goal right here. So if we get the partial, we feel good. If we get fair value gap here, we feel good. It's respecting the fair value gaps. It would be a real tight trail, maybe, up through here to see. We still got 40 minutes, so a lot can happen still. There's really nothing for sure here. I'd like to get the partial, obviously. Close the fair value gap. So we still got this one under us and this one here. And then we could fall down to here and into here. It would be a big loss because on my drawdown, because I had so much profit to take the full loss. But, I mean, I think it out as best I can. I mean, if I take that loss, I accepted it and planned it and said, okay, I can do that. I'm willing to take that. But I definitely won't end up, down here with my stop somewhere. This is sort of a no man's land. And for me, the extra risk is only this much. I've already lost this much if it hits. So if I just risk this much more to preserve it and not get ridiculous, I'd be okay. But it would really, really be bad if it came down, into this fair value gap from here. I did that yesterday, though. It just had a huge candle that came right down and took me out. So, that's the market. Now we're getting possible bearish fair value gap support if we don't pop back up. Okay, good deal. Perfect. We're still making, higher. We are stalling a little bit right here, but I expect that. How much pain can you take, right? I'm in the trade. They want you down here thinking, well, if I can just get back up here, I'll get out. It's all mental. It's programmed. It's psychology. And there's going to be days this will pay off and it'll reinforce my beliefs, and there's days it's going to go against me, and I just recognize that was out of my control. I've controlled everything I can. I want to give it this at least. This is for stop hunt like this, if it drops something down. If we get down into this area, I want to see if it's a wick and then a push, or if we get like a fair value gap and a retest and then a continuation. I'm less likely to pull the stop down if I see that. If I keep seeing this kind of stuff, I would give it that last bit to be that last wick. Let's put it like that. How many times do we see the last wick that takes us to the promised land? You know what I'm saying? So this would be the extra risk. I've already risked all this as part of my, normal plan, operating procedure, what have you. It has to go down before it can go up. So we need it to come down. And this might have been the down and the up. And we might be coming after, all of this. But I'm going to let it take this internal liquidity by plenty of a margin. If it comes past here too far, then this is probably the target. Might second guess myself on pulling it all the way down, because like I said, unless it comes and dips, and it comes up and dips again, and comes up and dips through, then I would pull it down. But if it just blows straight down through here, I'm just going to take the loss right here. Does that make sense, everybody? Is that all logical? Anybody have any comments on what they think is good about this trade or bad about this trade? There's a lot of expertise in here, and don't just say that. If you're like, well, you know what, I wouldn't do that, or I can take it. I want feedback.
I like to say that you're great, man. This is awesome.
Well, thank you. I meant the trade, Toy Nancito. Not me.
No, I'm talking about like how you're like talking and sharing. That's what I'm talking. Like this is what I've always wanted. Like, what is happening in your brain when you
Oh,
know
okay.
what you're doing?
I got you.
My
So,
psychology is the worst thing I have. I choose the correct way all the time, and then I
right.
always psych myself out.
So Mark's saying we came from a daily order block and rejecting off the 1 hour fair value gap potentially. So that's, uh, that's in our favor. That was in our favor here to start really moving the market. It's still in our favor if the draw liquidity is out here somewhere, right?
It seems like it wants to close at that 4,300 level before the weekend.
43.19 looks like major inducement. Yep. It might drop till there and then up, just my view. Yeah, it very well could. That's why I said I'll be down here kind of looking at it, you know. Um, the only thing that makes me nervous is that you're close to OTE entry for the lunchtime consolidation and leg down. Yeah, that's definitely a consideration for sure. If it's just a retracement back down, then this was the move. It just came with so much energy that that could have been the inducement. Maybe that's the manipulation, and this will be the distribution. But we pay to see. I want to know. It's going to have to show it to me. Boyo's ready for the super wick. Amen, brother. That's it exactly. I like the way it's stepping down though. It's leaving a ton of liquidity for a pushback up, and so that would, if this was the eventual big move down that continues, I don't think it would have left all of this, and I don't think it would have been a more of a move like this. So the character of the move is in my favor. I think they usually start with this, a macro type move. Then you got to feel some pain. Um, and we'll see. I don't want to get wicked out.
Order filled.
So here's where I try to OTE it. So 21 is our OTE for this retracement. If we blow through that, that's not encouraging. It looks like it might have tapped it here. I don't know. It took all of this. We expect it to come down before it can go up. We expect to tap into OTE and a PDA and there's plenty of breaker support in here too. There actually is. That's sort of a unicorn entry. So we would expect some type of, potential for an energetic move. None of them have to hold though. That's the thing. If it is the reversal or the retracement, but this would have been the move down here. I tried to take the continuation of it, and we'll see. If I lose, and would I be mad that I missed this move and took the one that yeah, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that would be discouraging, but my model was there. If I wouldn't have been doing other stuff and whatever. I want the model to win. I want the model to win every time I see it, even if I lose every time I take it. Does that make sense? Because all that does is
Right,
inspire.
because you
All
gotta
that
trust.
does is inspire amazing amount of confidence in me. That all I have to do is fix me, right? I want the strategy to be real and trustworthy and something I can really support and invest in because that's what I'm willing to do. And if all I know is I just got to fix me, come on, man, let's go. I can fix me. So perfect OTE. We had all our support. If it goes from here, that'd be ideal. Get another fair value gap support. We got how many seconds? Where's my counter at? I don't have a counter on this one. Okay. Remember where the counter is. maybe? No. It's one of these in here. Is there a setup in here? No. Man, I can't remember now. I thought it was over here. Bar countdown settings. Enable. Save. There we go. So 18 seconds for fair value gap support. If it runs away from here, that would be great. It looks like we'll get our support. If we get to here with a close, then we have break of structure. You always want to be looking for the reasons to feel good about it. I mean, it's stressful enough, but like I know this is a relief right here. This is good. Close above here, more good, right? Wick down through here, okay. Close, not good. Wick below here, okay. Close, not good. I want to know when it's time to feel bad and when it's okay not to feel anything, you know, because minimizing the stress of all this is a huge part of being able to do it consistently, I think, day after day, week after week, good, bad, indifferent, you know. Wick is fine. And there's always several points that you can be measuring against before your meter starts ticking. 10 seconds. Don't want to see it close, but I'll live with it. And if it pops, you know, that's fine. Now we got to look at possible. So one tick, trending down, but creating liquidity up. Trending down, creating liquidity up. No liquidity to the downside. Not a huge reason to come down unless you're coming down to here. And, you know, I've given it my 2 ticks. That would just have to be enough. I'm already over and above by quite a bit, so. But I went half size too, so I got to keep that in mind. This is half size. Oh, that's great. That's right. Perfect. So yeah, I've got plenty of room. Half size. What am I talking about? Duh. Wow. 27.25, 17.25. Okay, going half size gives me twice as much risk. And I think this is the place where you use it. You know, I went in half size for a reason because I missed the original move. I wanted a shot at capturing something that looked like it could be substantial. So I halved my position size. Now I can half my risk too, but the upside is at least a 1-for-1 here. And I don't lose any more by using this much risk than I would on my normal trade, right? Oh, wait a minute. I'm being stupid. No, I'm at full risk. Never mind. I looked up and saw the 20, and that was my my partials. Wow. So that could have been a buster, right? But I'm still making it way too much, you know, back and forth on this one. But you know, it's just constantly thinking, trying to figure stuff out. What's best? What's best? What's best? What's less risk? What's best? You know, best chances. I'm not going to come down to there for sure.
Order submitted.
What's that? Somebody talking? Okay. All right. So, you know, all of this is looking good for the move back up. It really is. There's not a lot of bearish nature in this order flow here. More bullish, you know, on the fair value gaps overall. But how much pain can you take? How much of this, you know, I mean, these are the trades that if you can wait for them and they pay off, then you recognize that you had to endure all that. And this is when many people will cut. You know, this is the mitigation point. You know, when we get mitigation blocks, it's people that have been underwater come up, get the opportunity to get out, and uh, we take, you know, trades off of that mitigation. So I'm going to take 5 and let that run. I can't do anything about it on either side, and I'll be right back. All right. We're also getting close to, you know, the end of the day move. What's the setup? Right? Where's liquidity? Anything's in range. It's that weird Friday. So I'm going to use that. I'm not going to get wicked here if it comes back. I will give it extra because it's the combination of the fire move and a trade I'm already in, and I've explained when I get towards the end of the day, I'll observe what the characteristic of the moves were, bearish or bullish, throughout this consolidation. Bullish, 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 bullish. So everything I have is bullish. I don't really have anything bearish. So it's telling me up. So I would be willing to, if it does come back down, you know what I'm saying? I would be willing to, as we get closer, make sure I don't get taken out by the big wick. But at the same time, you have to know where, you know, too much is too much. So it's the same kind of thing. If it's just teasing around here, then I'm pulling down here for my wick, but I'll put a line right here as my mental stop. And then go from there. And you know what, man, I told Hasnain, sometimes it's a tick, sometimes it's 2 ticks, sometimes it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives it the point. Because I'm not going to, this is the time when you make that adjustment, right? This is it. You don't do it all the time, but most of the time it's a tick or two. But in an extreme situation like the end of the day where we're at right now, final liquidity grab before the push up in 10 minutes. Anything can happen. But we'll know real quick. I'm either on the right side or I'm not. And it's real, you know, I expect it to go crazy here pretty soon. I expect it to go crazy. And if I get the move, do I add and take the move also? Yes. If I'm that sure of the trade and it gives it to me, then it's a good trade no matter what, and I take it. So this is fine. Don't want to see it hold, obviously. Another liquidity point created. Take this. Room for a wick. Because the move could be just from here to here. Also, it's generating a huge amount of liquidity. So we got, where's my ticker at? Oh, 50 seconds. That's not, you know, not great, but it has to come down before it can go up. It has to try to shake you out. Now it's this close to this point. That's a good bottom, but it's still in the fair value gap. Just have to see. So this is probably going to be a fair value gap here. A small one, but still, it's got support, 13 seconds. That could be just down to here. It's finger on the buy button time. Couple minutes, maybe not just yet, but you know, I say after quarter till. Let's close that fair value gap would be nice. Expect some rejection right here. Test 1, test 2. So let's play grade the trade. Hit me with a 1 through 5. 1 being no good, 5 being I would have took it, or something like that. I'm curious to see what y'all think. And the farther it drops, the more ones I'm gonna get. 3.5. That's good. I mean, oh, I hear you. Is that a -2? Oh, Mark. I said 1 to 5. You're hard, man. Dang. All right. Yeah, I know, man. Uh, there's a lot to be learned through this. You know what I'm doing right here. Like I said, win well, lose better, right? Uh, this would be a better loss for me than where I was a while back. So you'd go, would you enter long here, DK? Would you add to it on this one? Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, we're still in support down here. I'm giving it the opportunity to break that with a few ticks and the swing. So, you know, high risk, high reward. End of the day, considerations, more risk than normal. But the potential is large. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. You just watch. Here in a few minutes, it's about to take off. Either up or down. It's that day that they said to be careful for. And the closer we get down here, this is my mental stop. This is my wick stop. Because it could come just test this and then drop a three-point wick down here. Like I said, when it shows up, you'll see it. You'll be like, holy cow. Yes, 43, 27, 25. I got long right here. I could have took this money. It was 2 ticks under my partial. And I even gave it room. I wasn't shooting for the high. I was conservative, tried to give the market a chance. The only reason I wouldn't have taken it was the 15-minute went into a premium. Yeah, I hear you. And that's good. I mean, you know, I had talked about not wanting to long into somebody else's short. But what I'm seeing on my screen, I don't think it's as strong a criteria as what they have. So I see what their liquidity point would be as far as what they'd be targeting on the 15-minute. It would be this right here. So if we can build here, build some direction, get support. Still a lot of time, honestly. So you were right, DK. It was a good ad down here. It was a great ad. Good call on that. Nope, sorry. Okay, might be able to look for support here. That would be great. If it's a lot of energy and I'm in profit, I'll add on a retest. Especially if I can get the partial, but we still got 29 seconds. You know, that could get closed up just as fast as it opened up. Liquidity was taken here, liquidity was left here. So here was a big candle, here was a big dump. More liquidity being taken. I'm in a good position now for this to be the next target. But, you know, you still got relative equal bottoms here. Not as substantial as this, though. This is higher term, you know, liquidity. So we've got fair value gap support here. I'll add 2 to it. And then I'll probably, you know, bring my stop up. We're in 12 minutes. It's hard to say because we're in the last 15. Let's see. I should take that. Hesitating.
Order filled.
Bought it. Create my new 6-point thing here. not going to feel as great about the risk, but would probably take it. I don't know. Too hard for me to tell. I've got so much support here, it was hard not to take it. This would have been better. This would have been ideal. But, you know, when it's pushing down, your confidence level, you know, you're past OTE now. It's harder for me to enter down here than it is for me to enter on after I've seen confirmation. So we got a new silver bullet right here. Sort of. I mean, liquidity, there's liquidity purge, not long term, but first fair value gap, displacement, kind of displacement. It's not any stronger than, you know, like this, or it's not great, but the time of the day, the liquidity above, 10 minutes now. Feeling really good about this anyway. There we go.
Order filled.
Alright. So, got a partial. Watch for the wick. Past here. Took this, didn't take this. Still going up. Giving it plenty of room. Fair value gap plus a couple ticks. Strong support. Would be happy with this on 6 contracts, or the 2 I have left plus the 4 that I have running right now. More support. Definitely coming up. Nine minutes still. Alright, taking this off the table now. Break even plus a couple. Break even plus 3. I want break even plus 2. Give it that extra tick in case it comes back. I don't expect it to, though. We had break a structure here on this minute. This is going to take off. Boyo, you getting this money? Boyo! You had your wick thing ready, so I know you're in it. I'm in. Right on, brother. Get this money, man. So I'm not even going to target the highs for the obvious reasons. This would be a monster trade, and I'd be fine with just getting out, and Friday's great. I don't want to come up here and have it, you know, just dump against me. So next pool of liquidity is kind of right in here. And most likely if it comes here, you know, it goes up there. I know, Mark. I know. I appreciate it. And I had talked about what you showed, saying that that's always a consideration. You know, it just is. But I'm so comfortable with this end of the day move, that I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit on this one. So we're going to push. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Come on. So much support here, right? Give it the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap and a tick or two. And I hate it when my runner is less than my partial, but you know, you're gonna get that. We could get the wick right here too. It could wick me out right here as just a precursor to the big move. I give it a little bit more room. I want to give it all the room to win. I'm going to be green either way and happy, thrilled. So I've got some stuff to play with here a little bit. I'm only in 2 contracts now. Or am I still in 4? I might still be in 4. I can't even tell. I don't understand. It's saying I'm in 1. Or, no, I was in 6. No, I'm in 4. Okay, I'm in 4. Whoa, 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 no. Ah.
Stop filled.
And still moving.
Order filled.
This is bullshit. Fuck you. Hit my thing for... It's going back up. Oh, no, this was taken. Never mind. Duh. It still gave me my freaking thing. It's going back up. Great day. It hurt me on my drawdown. Not a great day on drawdown, but it still screwed me though. And I don't know if I did something wrong. You know, all that moving stops around and shit is just bad. 'Cause I don't know if I'm losing track of something and forgetting something. I bought 4 and then I bought 2, which should have been 6. Well, there's still 5 minutes. We may not have even seen the move yet. Who knows? It just didn't leave enough up here, so it's probably going to go down and attack both sides. I mean, I had every opportunity to catch another 6 points, right? I could have just taken, you know, profit, but if I'd have been looking at my drawdown better, I might have. I didn't realize I could win $100 and lose. Remember, I started at $2,500 today drawdown. I made $126, but I lost $200 to drawdown. So there's more to feel bad about, you know, if I was going to look at it that way. The $126 is nothing, or $1,200, that's nothing, compared to losing the $200 to drawdown. I lost 10% of my drawdown. But again, you know, that's just how it is, you know. A lot of missed opportunities today. A lot of places I could have taken better entries. You know, some of that's me not paying as much attention as I should. But so here was my entry for 2 contracts. So wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I had a partial. No, I had a partial here and an add here. So the ad showed. Why did this get split here? That's where I lost my money somehow. I got out here and it came against me. This should have taken both out. So that's sell 2. Okay, so this is buy 4. That's buy 2. 6 contracts. Here's sell 2. Sell 2. How is that buy 4 right there? I don't understand, man. I gotta figure this out and test it a little bit more. I still think maybe there's something I'm doing when I break my... Okay, so I create 4. I make a 4 stop. I've got 4 running. I take off 2 here and 2 here. When I hit my partial, that's what I did. That's what I did. That was my fault, y'all. I forgot to break my... I don't think I broke my stop into 2-4, into 2 2s. Or cut one of them when my partial was hit. That's what it was. So I still had an order as a stop that was 4, even though I was running 2. And it pulled the other 2 against me. So that's good, man. If that's what it is, I can fix that. That's me. Not a problem. I'll work on that and see kind of what happens. I might be able to, I might be able to keep trade of 8, which would be good. And I had a little anchored note up here that was my notes for checklist of once I get in and do just what I did, of the steps I need to follow. And I think I need to put that back up and make sure that I'm the problem. So 3 o'clock on the bell. Great day, man. This was fantastic. Traded my plan, executed, did, I don't give myself a 10 by any means, but I'm thrilled that I ended the week green. Did try to do my best with this. Had it right. I took the right trade, missed the right trade, took another right trade, added at a good time. Just everything about this is great. Yeah, North, I'm using it. I'm using their trade copier right now. I've got 10 accounts going. But because they don't have bracket orders, I'm having to monkey with the orders, the stops, the targets. If I create an order for 4 and I get in and I take a partial, then the stop down here is also 4. And I need to close it. I'm making my 2 2s up here, but I'm not making my 2 2s down here. And that's what I need to start doing. That's what I'm going to start doing. Is making 2 2s instead of a single 4. And that way I can see them visually. And as they get tapped, I know they're getting tapped. And if both of them get tapped and then there's a problem, then I know it's the system. But it's me right now. And I always like it when it's me. It's not an unsurmountable object. I can fix that. You'll never see that happen again if that's the case. If it's something else, then we deal with that. But I'm going to work this out. Domos, I think you might be new. Welcome. Crystal, did you get any of that move? I know it wasn't kind of the wiki thing we were looking for. If you weren't in it already, it was kind of hard to take, but
No, I got some. I did.
you got some.
Which right into my take profit.
Sweet. All right, girl, you get it.
Yep.
Good job. Boyo got paid. I got paid, and we talked about it the whole session. Here's what we're looking for. Here's what we need in this last period. This will tell us. It'll give us a jump start on the move to know what happened in here. That's why this is all so important. Every candle is telling me yay or nay on this, right? Or giving me the ability to, be aggressive, or, we should call you Cool Hand Luke. Y'all with your nicknames, man. I'm 12 Gun. Cool Hand. I loved Cool Hand Luke though. That was a great show. In fact, I think I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Is that the one where he's in prison and he keeps getting arrested and thrown in the brig and he's got his baseball glove? Great reward to all the streaming you've been doing this week. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I wish I could do this full time. Someday you might have me here all week. If I can ever get to that point, I'll be in the market with you guys. Like a boatload, but I don't see that happen right away. 2D got 65 points on NQ. Sweet. Good job. Thanks, Brini. Yeah, everything was really, really good for you guys today to see me wait and, call some trades that were good. Try to take a couple that, it would have been a heck of a day if I could have caught that short. I'd been way, way up. And I might have played this a little differently too. I don't know. I think I played it okay, but I really expected it once it got to here. And this is why you got to be careful. Once it does this, everybody wants this, right? Everybody's pouring in. That's why you want to be in ahead of time to get the move that they use as inducement, right? The big push that they use, you want to be in it. That's your take profit. When these guys are getting in the market, you're getting out of the market, because this is a strong possibility. The move worked perfectly. It took all the liquidity I said it was building on the way down, right? I was a little conservative right here just in case, but once it blew through that, then I was thinking this was also an attractive target, right? And this will get taken real soon. Next New York, most likely, or London, who knows? We'll see what happens, but Now this is the kind of day where it's not going to do a bunch between now and 4. I'm going to say that, but when I come back in 30 minutes to look at it, I'll be like, well, shouldn't have said that. Good trading day, waiting for confirmation, but likely past 2 evals. Man, dude, the evals you guys are knocking out right now is so encouraging. Keep it up. Hey, North, send me black out your, post it in the chat with your certificate. Put a couple words in there, black your name out, and I'll make an announcement with it so the people that aren't here can see it or that come back later. And we will call you Sir for a day, right? That's going to be our thing here. You get funded, you get evals passed. Got some other stuff coming, but for right now, you're Sir for a day. And I don't care who you are. If you see him in chat, right? He's done something that I'm not at right now. So he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's the one we want to get information from. I mean, I have done it before, but I'm not as close as he is now. I mean, he's in, so. All right, Nicole, take care. Hold those trades. Overtrade today, but man end up green on Friday. Man, that's the power of this thing. It's changing my whole mentality on trading, honestly. I can wait. I can just wait, because how many times this week did we get this, right? Crazy. And somebody let me know, is there YouTube videos on this? I mean, is anybody detailing this out as far as a strategy or a... I mean, I know everybody kind of knows it does crazy things at the end, but is anybody trying to identify the move? You know, maybe I'll make a video on that. Yeah, like I said, I always assume that stuff's already out there so I don't go nuts, but I found it for me, not somewhere else. So to me, it's, you know, special. This is the fire move. That's what, whoever named it that yesterday, I liked it because I'm always talking about fire and we use the little fire icon. So the Friday fire move. Friday fire. Perfect. Ron Trader, Papa Josh, you guys are typing. I'll let everybody get done typing. Anybody else new in here that held off till the end? Nope, I don't think so. My YouTube channel is... Hey, he's going to let me plug the channel, right? I never plugged the channel. Whoops. Excuse me. All right, here you go. And I would suggest, I'm going to make an announcement, but I would suggest after what happened today that you follow me on Twitter too, because I thought Discord was done and crashed. And I was making tweets about what I was finding out about, you know, the down detector and everything else. We're making a backup server, and if we ever do get either raided or something happens, I want everybody to be able to get the link from me, and Twitter's the easiest way for me to just post it, rather than trying to, you know, if I'm locked out of Discord, I can't give you anything in here, and I'm not going to try to Discord everybody individually. So like my Twitter, or subscribe to my Twitter, and if I have an announcement or something and we need to, you know, regroup, we're not going away. They'll never be able to stop us. So we're going to create a different server, and then I'm going to back this server up into it, and I'm going to keep it empty. That way nobody can mess with it, and if we ever get, you know, problems, we just all migrate. But if you're not on Twitter, you're going to have to be, I'll have 1,000 people trying to message me. I'll still answer you, obviously, but you'll get in a lot quicker if you just follow me on Twitter. Yeah, that's the YouTube channel. That's what started. Oh, I like that it does that little thing when I post the... Oh, cool. All right, I didn't know that showed up when I posted the link. But that's sort of what started it all, and, you know, how it came about. Any other questions, comments? Thanks, Mooncakey. Thanks, Papa Josh. Right on. Right on, North. And give the link out to a friend. Let's try to blow this thing up a little bit. We got some ideas. We're going to be different. We're already different, but we're about to be a lot more different. All right, Michael, take care. Brainy, happy weekend. I'll try to find some streamers for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be back Thursday and Friday. Friday will be Real Talk. And if you're just a casual trader, you can probably sit that one out, because I'm going to be speaking to the people who are in it to win it and recognize that this might be their shot. So that's who I'm going to be talking to. And Papa Josh, that's why I just focus on ES, right? I can walk through ES and keep my head. I just kind of know it, a little better, and that's from just focusing on it. I don't look at anything else. You know how the Secret Service, how they used to train their counterfeiters? They never showed them a counterfeit bill. They only showed them the real money. That's all they were allowed to look at. And by doing that, if you think about the difference in focus and the thinking, they were so focused on what's real that they were able to spot what was fake. Or they were intimate with that currency. They knew it like the back of their hand. Okay, North. The indicator stream's going to be after the 2022 mentorship. So, wait, no, I think it's 1. Go look in the events up above the channel pages of the Discord. There's an event. You can sign up for that, or just okay it. You don't have to sign up, but okay, North. Don't forget that certificate. And that'll give you the time and everything you need to do that. Great week, everybody. Awesome, amazing week.